Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we kick off the East Brunswick Public Library's summer reading with a series of great programs here at the library. First, we welcome a panel of authors that spoke to teens and young adults about their work and how they got into writing. Then we hit the lights for the second annual Record.Play Film Festival, as the theme of Heroes gave budding filmmakers endless options and opportunities. We'll speak with some of the filmmakers at the event. Then we welcome circus performer and magician Mr. Fish to the library, as he entertained and educated a full house of kids about some tricks and the science behind them. And we wrap up in studio with local painter Lucy Aida, as she demos the wet-on-wet oil painting technique and shows us to paint some simple clouds in the first of a 3-part series. So stay with us. This Week in East Brunswick starts now.
This is Kenny Char reporting for EBTV. So for the summer, a lot of kids find that hanging out and going to the beach is a lot more fun, but the summer is also about discovering new things every single day. And what better way to do that than with summer reading? Today at the library, we'll be kicking off the summer reading event with the meeting of 5 authors who'll be talking about their experiences and their books. We hope you guys will enjoy it.
We've invited 5 authors today to come to the library to help us kick off summer reading. We're very excited. We've got Jennifer Doktorsky, we've got Jennifer Mann, Yvonne Ventresca, we have Russell Like, and we have Carissa Jean Chappelle. And it's really exciting. 2 of our authors are actually living in East Brunswick, which we really love. And a lot of them have actually written books that take place in New Jersey, which is really exciting. I hope they will get to know a little bit more about the authors that we brought here. I hope they'll maybe be inspired to write their own books. And I hope that they will learn to love the books that the authors are here today have brought for us.
So could you tell us more about your written works?
Sure. My debut novel was Pandemic. It came out last May, and it's about a teen girl who becomes separated from her family during a deadly bird flu pandemic, and she needs to survive on her own.
I'm the author of 3 young adult novels. The first one is Total Constant Order, the second one is Narc, and the third one is More Than Good Enough. All my stories are set in South Florida.
I'm the author of 3 young adult novels, How My Summer Went Up in Flames, Famous Last Words, and my latest one that just came out in May is The Summer After You and Me. It's set in the Jersey Shore post-Hurricane Sandy.
So could you tell us more about what inspires you as a writer and, like the stories behind your own novels?
Sure. Pandemic was partially inspired by the swine flu pandemic of 2009. So having lived through an actual pandemic, I thought it'd be interesting to think about what a pandemic would be like if it had been more deadly than it was, but equally contagious, and how teens in particular would react to that differently from adults. So how would they help the community? How would they deal in their neighborhood with the things that are going on?
My recent novel, More Than Good Enough, is set on the Miccosukee Reservation in the Everglades. So my main character is Native American, and I had an absolute blast researching this book. One of my friends is from the tribe. His name's Houston Cypress. He's from the Otter Clan, and he was very cool to invite me onto the res and take me out on an airboat and show me his world, so I'm very grateful for his help.
My latest book was definitely inspired by Superstorm Sandy. We have a place in Seaside Park, and having experienced the storm here in East Brunswick and at the shore, I wanted to write a book that had that as the backdrop, and also to sort of show the side of the Jersey Shore that a lot of people don't understand and don't know.
I have a series with Bloomsbury Books. It's called the Sunny Sweet series, and it's about 2 sisters, an 11-year-old named Masha and her little sister Sunny. And Sunny is an evil genius, and so in every book, Sunny does some horrible thing to her older sister, Masha, and then Masha has to get them out of it. And so that's right now, the 3rd book just came out, and the 4th book will be out in October.
Mm-hmm. What inspired you to write this series?
I am the second of four sisters, and so when I was growing up, my older sister is kind of evil, and so she would do terrible things to us, and I love my sisters a lot, and I think that stayed with me, all the shenanigans that we did when we were growing up. So writing about sisters comes very natural.
I have two novels that have been published, After the Blue, which takes place 100 years in the future when Jamesburg, New Jersey is the largest city remaining on Earth. And that's not because every place else got bigger, but because every place else disappeared for the most part. The other book is called Bowl of Fruit, A Whale in the Woods, and that is also, to a lesser extent, set in central New Jersey. I grew up in East Brunswick, and I actually live here now, so I'm in the library pretty regularly anyway. It's fun to see my books in the collection, in the circulating collection, since this is the library that I grew up going to as a kid. Events like this are inspiring. It's good to see the written word become a living thing that's discussed and gathered because of and talked about. So this is certainly motivating in and of itself, but of course it's also motivating to see people read it and enjoy it.
I love being around the kids, so I do a lot of these events. I do a lot of classroom visits. So it's just fun talking to your audience. It's a lot of fun. And I love hearing what they liked about my books, so it inspires me back. So it's fantastic.
I hope it turns kids on to reading. You know, I've gotten letters from kids who have said, I didn't like reading and then I read your book. So that's really rewarding to hear. And also that they might find themselves in one of my characters, find somebody they could relate to, and it make the teen years a little less lonely.
Summer reading is lots of fun. It's not a requirement, but it's really exciting. If you're reading already, you might as well win prizes for it, right? We're giving away lots of fun prizes for teens especially. At the end of the summer, we raffle off 3 awesome gift bags that have a lot of gift certificates and lots of signed books and other fun things. And we also have an awesome summer reading party at the end of the summer for teens that includes like ice cream and games and lots of fun things. I give away a lot of advanced reader copies. These are books that haven't been published yet, so it's really exciting to get to read books before they even come out. And you can know about them before all of your friends.
People should read because it allows you to envision things your own way. It's a very unique experience. I personally don't necessarily like to see movies of books that I truly love because I have my own idea of what the characters look like and what the setting looks like. And I think it allows you to just really immerse yourself in your own world as opposed to somebody saying this is what it is. So just a greater sense of imagination.
I've heard a description that I really like that says that when you read, it's kind of like you're looking for mirrors and windows. Mirrors, you're looking for someone that you can connect with who's kind of like yourself, but also a window into a world, exploring what it's like to walk in someone else's skin.
I think you should read because it's the ultimate interactive activity. We put down the words on paper, but every reader brings something different to those words. Everybody's going to bring a different, unique experience to that, and I don't think that's something that you get from more passive activities like watching TV or a movie or playing a video game.
So if someone wants to join Summer Reading Book Club, how do they join?
Just come to the library. You can come and pick up your summer reading pamphlet. We also, on the back of the pamphlet, have an awesome game board that has little categories for you to read books in, like a book that your friend told you had to read, or a book that made you cry, or something like that. And if you complete the whole game board, you get an extra 20 raffle tickets towards the end of the summer. So be sure to come in and pick that up. You can also just sign up online on your own at ebpl.org/SRC, Summer Reading Club. And you can just sign up on your own and start logging your books before you even come to the library.
Anyone can read and anyone can write, and from this event, this really holds true. From here, I learned that every single person with a special interest has a special book just for them. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's event. Again, this is Kenny Chow reporting for EBTV. Keep reading.
I'm Shoshana Stahl reporting for This Week in East Brunswick here at the East Brunswick Public Library Film Festival. Stay tuned for more.
Tonight is the second annual Record.Play Film Festival, and this year we decided to open it up to teens and the younger kids, especially the tween age group was upset last year that they were not included. So we heard them and we opened it up, and so this is our second year, but the first time that we have 2 age categories, so that's really exciting. And we're really excited for tonight. We got a lot of responses, and the kids that submitted entries. We're really excited about it. So we think it's going to be a great night. The theme tonight is Heroes, and we chose it because that's the summer reading theme this year. So we are still a library, and we always encourage people to read, especially kids in the summer. And we thought that that was a great theme because you really could interpret that any way.
My film is called Britney Saves the World, and it is based on sort of like the 60s style era of superhero movies and TV shows. And I know the theme Heroes could have gone with a lot of different, ways, to go, but I, along with my director and co-writer Becky Brown and cinematographer and editor Robin Deep, we came up with the idea to base it around sort of like that old school, like Batman type superhero genre. And it's the tale of like, it's a story that a lot will be familiar with, where they feel like they're the downer of the class and nobody really connects with them well, and that's the girl Brittany. And then when she goes home, everything just comes out. She's finally allowed to be herself, and that's from being this goth girl to this totally colorful superhero. And she ends up saving the day in small portions that most people, don't really take notice of. But then at the end, she just wows everyone, including her classmates that kind of look down on her.
So my film goes along with the theme Hero, and it talks about this guy who gets breaking up, and he's kind of torn, and then he goes through certain objects like towels and things that allows him to reminisce about the past and his childhood, and it sort of brings back his self-esteem a little bit and shows that he can do almost like anything. The theme was Heroes, so we didn't want to go through like Superman, Wonder Woman, that type of stuff. We wanted to go take a step further and say that everyone's a hero inside, basically.
So what was your idea for your film?
Well, we combined animal abuse with the theme Heroes, and the message we want to send across to everybody is be a hero, save a life, stop animal abuse. So it's technically about animal abuse.
And are you excited for tonight?
Yeah, I'm really excited because we really worked hard and had fun together. Yeah.
And what's your favorite part about the film?
Well, when the hero, aka me, saves Snowball, my dog, who is the star of the film.
I actually submitted a music video to the Record.Play festival. It's actually me and my cousins. I have 4 other cousins and my sister. We all basically wrote our own parts for a hip-hop song, and we recorded a video called Richard J, which is the one I submitted to the festival. It's about, it's actually a remix of a popular song, and we all wrote our own parts, and we recorded it, and it's about basically our grandfather and about our dedication to him and our how we feel about him as a person and as a grandfather.
My film is about a superhero. I called an unlikely superhero because it's not your normal superhero. And it's about two girls that are being bullied, and the superhero comes over and helps them stand up for themselves.
And what made you want to make a video for this film festival?
I enjoy editing and making movies. I liked it when I was young too. I enjoyed it when I was young.
What are your thoughts on tonight?
Well, I'm very excited and I'm nervous too. So, and I think that movie went really good. So, and everyone was great in the movie.
Did you like acting in the film?
Yes.
What was your favorite part?
I liked when I got to thank the superhero.
Well, I think it's really cool because I haven't seen these before, and when Madison told me that we were doing it, I thought it was going to be fun.
What's your film about tonight?
It's about a girl who's being bullied, and she gets an unexpected friend who helps her out with their problems. It was pretty difficult, but I put a lot of time into it, and I guess it came out okay.
My film is about a show that asks kids questions, and this week's theme for the question is heroes. So 3 kids are asked the same question, who is your hero and why? And there's 3 people with 3 different answers. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to see everyone else's films, and I know everyone's worked hard.
I think it's really great because it gives a lot of teenagers who don't really know what they're doing, don't really know, if I want to do this or not, they had the opportunity now, just try it at least. And then they can further themselves in the future and go into more festivals and more competitions. And being this is my first one, it's going to be something I remember if I keep going with film in the future, which hopefully I do. It'll obviously be something that I'm going to say, hey, this is what I did. This is what started off. And I'm really glad that, East Brunswick is able to do this for everyone.
What do you think about the library having an event like this?
I think this is amazing because I think film is something that's overlooked in communities and towns, even in high school. I think that it's a great way to express how you feel. I think people should, especially now that it's the digital age, people should maybe look towards opportunities. And this is a possible career that some people might want to pursue, like myself. And I think that this is great that there's just an outlet to get noticed and, build some confidence in your films and to motivate to make some more.
And what do you think about the library having a program like this?
I think it's pretty cool. I wouldn't expect the library to do something like this, but I guess it's cool.
In the youth category, first place goes to Madison, and the winner for the teen category for this year's Record.Play competition is Dominic Mistred.
Again, I'm Shoshana Stahl for This Week in East Brunswick. Thanks for watching.
The library kicked off the summer last week with a visit from Mr. Fish for his Super Circus Stuff presentation, sponsored by the Friends of the Library. Mr. Fish, a former clown at the Big Apple Circus, entertained children with a magic show and taught them some tricks to practice at home.
Well, good morning, welcome, and thanks so much for coming out. Now, my name is Mr. Fish. It's a funny name because I am going to do some funny things. Some of the things I do are magic tricks. Some of the things I do are circus tricks. Some of the things I do, you can learn to do here today. So let's have some fun. It is best to balance on the hand that you write with. So Ryan, what hand do you write with? I put your right hand in front of you nice and flat. I'll put the feather in your right hand, and with your left hand, hold it right there with your thumb and finger. I'll lock you to the same. What hand do you write with? Good. With your left hand, hold it with your thumb and your finger. Now, Malak and Ryan, when you try to balance, are you going to look at the top or the bottom of the feather? Go to the top right now, then. All right, on 3. Are you ready to balance? 1, 2, 3. That's good. That's very good. That's good. Step off the stage if you need to. Now watch out for the wind, Ryan. Watch out for the wind. Let's clap for Ryan and Malak. You can let go for a moment, Rachel. Hold it again, Rachel. Let's give it a try. Here we go. Put hands at the bubbles. Make a bubble web and breathe gently. Have a great summer at the library. Bye-bye!
This is just one of the many summer programs taking place here at the East Brunswick Public Library. For a full calendar of events, please visit www.ebpl.org.
Hi, East Brunswick. Welcome to EBTV. My name's Lucy Aida. Today I'm here to show you a simple wet-on-wet method of painting that I'm only going to use 2 brushes to paint some really beautiful clouds. Considering the time, I'm going to work a little bit faster as a demo rather than teaching. So what I've done first is I put some white fast flow on my canvas to lubricate it, so my clouds will move around when I move the paintbrush and won't have paint stuck in the middle. So for now, I'm going to be putting some blue on my brush. I'm going to make a very simple dark blue sky, and then I'm going to go back and show you how with a fan brush I make some beautiful clouds. So here we go. This is oil painting. I prefer oil painting, however I do all kinds of painting. And you can see how this paint flows on this canvas very easily. I'm starting darker on top, and I'm going to move down to the middle of the canvas as I lighten up the pressure, so it shows a little bit of perspective to the viewer. I am making this a little darker than usual, just so it shows better for everybody at home. You can see I'm just moving the brush around. No rhyme or reason to this, very easy. And there we have, it's a simple blue sky. The brush I'm using today is just a 2-inch brush. This is a Kevin Hill. There is quite a few brushes on the market from different artists. Wilson Bickford, who I'm certified to teach under, a wonderful artist who teaches many beginners. Also Kevin Hill, another fine artist. And they have their own signature line of brushes, and I switch back and forth and I use whatever I'm comfortable with. And today I'm using Kevin Hill 2-inch brush just to put in some pretty blue. So now I'm going to switch back, switch to my fan brush. And I'm loading my fan brush with some white, and I'm going to start my simple clouds now. So I'm happy to be here today on East Brunswick Television, and I'm a long-time resident of East Brunswick. Most of my life I've been here. So I'm happy to show everybody how I paint simple clouds. So what I'm doing now is using the corner of the brush. I'm just moving the brush around on the canvas and making a cloud formation. any way that my hand feels like going is how my cloud is coming out. Rubbing my brush back and forth just to anchor it in. You can see already, it already looks like a cloud, and I'm not even done yet. So, I'm going back to my palette, not even wiping it off. It's okay if I have a little blue in there. Putting more paint on, and I'm going to come in and using the corner of my brush again, moving back and forth in a random pattern, just rubbing that paint right on. And this wet on wet method is wonderful for making these clouds. Now, I'm using a back and forth motion on the bottom, again, just like I did on top, just to anchor the cloud into the sky. Usually as we get down towards the horizon, the clouds get a little smaller and a little stringier, so I'll just put another one in here. And I'm trying to hold my hand a little sideways so I'm not covering up my canvas for you today. There we go. And pull this a little over. So I pretty much can put these clouds any place. When you look up in the sky, every minute the clouds change. So this is how I begin, I should say how we begin, in the wet on wet method to place our skies and our clouds in. Just plain blue, any shade of blue, put in some nice fluffy clouds. So I'm going to put this fan brush down and I'm going to move on to a feather brush. This feather brush is nice and fluffy. We have to make sure it's very dry when we use it. And to make my clouds look fluffy now, I'm going to sweep up very lightly. Sweep up. And you can see it's pulling a little bit of the paint, and that's okay. Because after I sweep up, I'm going to sweep across, and those lines are going to disappear. So this is magic now. As you're watching, I know that you're saying, ooh, look at how nice these clouds are starting to come to life just by making them nice and fluffy. And you can see I have a few loose hairs. They may or may not show. I'm using the corner of my brush to flick them up. And that's very, very common with the brushes and the oil paint. And there we go. Just a couple simple clouds. And that's it. So thanks for tuning in today, and I hope you can come back again to see me continue this painting. Please come join me on Facebook at my site, and my site is Lucy's Big Beautiful World of Painting. Thank you.